Hey guys, Jeff here. Listen, I am very excited about this video. We have a couple of Thunder bikes here. The one on the right, the red one, red and white one, that's been in my collection for decades. I love that thing. It's got many laps on it. It's a ball. A good buddy of mine, Kyle, slot car guy, he asked me if I've seen the Aurora Thunderbike that was on eBay a bit ago that was made into a trike. I had not, and I literally stopped in the middle of the email I was reading and checked it out. This is it, guys. I'm thrilled I got it. It's missing a few things, though. One thing I noted, and they noted in the auction, but can you see the idle gear? It's gone. It's gone. Now, it does have an engine clamp. It does, but it's just like a T-Jet engine clamp. And you know that the engine clamp that they had over here on the red one, it's like contoured to fit the idle gear, the bike, and all that stuff. My point being for the engine clamp there is it makes the rider sit up just a tiny bit higher if you don't have the right clamp. Even though this works, it's still, I'm gonna, you know, I want it right. The other thing that it's missing is the gas tank. I thought I had one. I checked just a bit ago. I have gotten rid of it sometime in some auction, I don't know. So we'll be looking out for a gas tank for this. In idle gear, we need an idle gear. One's coming. But listen, it's not really an idle gear for the bike. What it is, it's a drive gear that went on the top plate of the engine for the O-gauge stuff. I figured, probably same or similar, right? Hope I'm right. And I thought, if I just bore the hole out in the center, we can make our own idle gear. You know, so why not? You know, why not? Give it a shot. I got that coming, and I have a proper clamp coming. Again, what I do not have for this is the gas tank. So I'm going to keep my eyes open on eBay for a gas tank, and I think that they were silver with the blue. I'll have to check. I think that they're either white or silver. I think they're silver. If not, hey, listen, I'll make one. I've got one sitting right there. I'll make one. I'll make a mold of that bugger. We'll make one. We'll paint it up silver. You know, it'll come out of this trike. So anyways, the more I get into this, it's going to be a fun project. Here's why. The way he got the back, I'm trying to get it around here a little bit better for you. I'll take it apart here in just a sec. But the way he got the back gears work, really cool. He did a very good job. There's a gear in the middle of a T-Jet axle, and you have to have that gear in the middle of the axle to get this thing to work. Now, when I first looked at this, they said, hey, listen, it does run. Great, it runs. Poorly, so it's got to be cleaned, right? In order to clean the Thunder bikes, you got to be able to take them apart, right? So the driver comes off. Okay, fine. The engine clamp comes off. There's a front engine clamp that comes off. But if you can't get that back axle out of there, it's going to be a tough rebuild. I mean, a real tough rebuild. Tough clean, tough, everything. So I immediately thought to get those hubs off the back there, you got to get them off. I thought I'd go with my little screwdriver pry bar type thing there, and then I recalled that I had this piece. This will do the trick. It's like a gear remover, but I used it years and years ago. I probably used it just less than a handful of times. But if you got to get a stubborn hub off of an axle, this is the piece. And there's a lot out there on eBay, guys, that are it's like they've made them for the slot cars. So if you need them, it's nice to have them. Do you use them every day? Probably not. But if you do have them, go ahead and use them. So anyways, once again, I'm very excited about this. I started looking at the red one. Again, the one I've had in my collection for a while, and I've never cleaned that bugger up. I don't think I've ever cleaned that up. It's always just been running. I know I've oiled it, but I don't think I've ever cleaned it up. So we're going to clean that up too, and we're going to see if we can get rid of the yellow hubs here, and get this whole thing looking a little bit better. But overall, real fun project coming up, guys. All right, let's start getting into it. Just started pulling that back axle. You see how that bugger works? It's got a pin that comes out through the center of it, and it's got those two clamps on either side of the hub there, and the more I turn that far handle, it just shoves that pin that it has through where the back axle is, and it just comes off really sweet. I'm almost done pulling off. I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at. Boy, guys, worked real good. It just came right off. Okay, now I'm going to get the engine clamp, or both the engine clamps off. Going to get the driver off and all that. You got to get the handlebar out of his grip, and then he comes over good, and that should allow us to open it up. Okay, good. We got the handlebar out. I have a little awl there, and I just poked it through the guy's hand, his grip there. Yeah, come right out. So let's go ahead and get rid of those two clamps, and we'll open it up. Just got the clamps off, and be mindful when you get both the clamps off, it's ready to open up. But the headlight, the front fender, they're going to come off. The front wheel, that's going to come off. We're probably going to have to work a little bit to get that back axle up, but we'll get it. And then we can get into the brushes and the magnets and make sure all that's all clean, and get the bottom of the engine plate clean too. So let's go ahead and get it opened up. All right, we're going to disassemble. We got the front tire, got one of the back tires, guide pins out. The inside of the armature there looks really good. So we're in good shape there. I might replace the brushes there just to freshen them up. Magnets seem to be going strong when I touch them to each other, so should be a simple clean. Should be a real simple clean. I'm going to start with the engine plate there, and as we're going, I always like to, with the Thunderbikes especially, oil it as we're trying to put it back together and all that stuff. Makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, here is where I'm at. Got the couple new brushes. I got the tires taken off all the hubs. Everything's pretty much cleaned as far as what I want to do with it to get it to operate better. I might clean the driver and the handlebar a little bit better. So I got the Molotov pen out because I want to definitely get the rims looking all shined up. And I was getting the one that came on it is all yellow, which is fine. That's the way they normally came, but I have one that's already chrome, so I'm going to swap that out. I swapped the axle out just a second ago. So next is I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the two back hubs have got that Molotov liquid chrome on them. So let me go ahead and do that next. Absolutely striking the way that comes out. Just absolutely wonderful. Did good. Okay, let's do some reassembly. The Thunderbikes, if you guys put them back together, they're always fun, and the fun is in quotes there, and by fun I mean a pain in the rear. You have to get everything just right, and that top plate has to go through all these. It's always fun. It's always real fun. So that's where I'm at right now. Let's go ahead and give it a go. Okay, good. It took 2 attempts. I got it together, and it articulates properly. Once you get this on, put the clamps. I know I don't have the idle gear, but put the clamps on so it doesn't come apart anymore. That's what we want to do next. Just getting ready to put the front hub on. I just got the back 2 hubs on, and you have to tighten, or you got to put those hubs on the axle to where that gear that's in the center of that axle articulates real good with the gear that drives it. Okay, so I had to be mindful of that. If you have too much play in there, it could come off, so let's not do that. So let me go ahead and finish getting the front hub on. I just thought about it. I'm getting ready to do the front hub, just like I said a second ago, but I'm also thinking about tires. Should we do like the slicks like it had on, or the knobby tires? I don't know. Let's see what looks good. Fantastic. We got both the clamps on, and it is time for, let me grab the transformer, time to see if this bugger's going to turn over like I think it should. All right, let's get over here just right. Sounds good. We don't see the gears moving. We should. We don't have the idle gear in there yet. Fantastic. Good. You're good. Sounds good. Okay, what next? We've got to get the handlebar through the grips there, get him back on. I know I do not have the gas tank. I'm going to put the light on, so that should be making it look more complete. And then again, I'm still up in there about the tires. They had a sponge one on the front there, and just for fun I grabbed one that looked more like a dirt bike motorcycle tire, with the ridges on it. So let me see what I can get on the back there for us. Get this thing built. Oh, tell me it's looking good, isn't it? That is looking good. Okay, what I'm going to do before the idle gear gets here and the proper engine clamp, I'm going to borrow from Paul over here. It's Pay Peter, and we're going to see if we can get this thing going around the track. I'm excited about this, guys. Okay, good. I got the parts I need from that one. I've got the idle gear there, and I've got the clamp. Let me go ahead and install those, and this should be ready to go on the track. All right. I think we are ready to put it on the track and let it have a go. I put some Repro tires in the back there. The other ones that I had were a little bit stiff, so I put some Repro tires in the back. Let's see what we get, guys. Let's see what we get. I'm excited about this. Make sure that's on. Looking good, looking good. The transformer's on for us. And, oh yeah, look at that. Wow, a Thunderbike can actually race. Well done. Okay, well, I am not done with this project. I still have to go and get the idle gear for to make this thing work, because I'm going to put the clamp and the gear back on the a red and white one I got there. I hate that thing being discombobulated. And I also need a gas tank. So I'm going to end the video here, but we got to get the gas tank. Either I'm going to make one or find one of the two. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. This has been a blast. I am so glad I got this thing. I'm going to try it on the outside lane just for fun. Oh, yeah, that looks good. That looks good, and that works so well, so smooth. So, whoever did the trikes years ago, and I know it was more than this guy, I think it's a great idea. I really think it's a great idea. As far as being able to race the Thunderbikes, yeah, you could do it before, but boy, with that wide back end there, you know what? Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. All right, guys, have fun.